Hello, listeners. You're tuned to Ears Have Ears Live. My name is Brooke Olsen, and we're coming to you live on stage at FBI's Performance Broadcast Space in Alexandria. And you're going to hear a brand new composition by Severed Heads tonight. It's their first new composition in almost a decade. And after the performance, there'll be a Q&A between Severed Heads and the amazing music journalist Kate Hennessy. We're so lucky to have them here. I'm seriously so excited. Severed Heads live on Ears Have Ears.
The set we just heard wasn't improvised, but not fully rehearsed. You don't live improvise, right?
We basically try to play perfectly, but we're not machines, and so we don't play perfectly. And that's, I think, more interesting than, improv, which is basically look how many notes I can fit into 1 minute,
There's a tension between the pre-recorded get up there, play along to your backing track, and the full free-form, just completely playing everything out of your head.
So,
sort of thing.
How many times did you rehearse that?
Twice.
8, twice.
A few. It's also sound design. It's live sound design in a way. It's not. There's musical elements, but it's also you've got to be conscious of where they're fitting in with the other sounds and the loops. And
there was absolutely nothing that happened tonight which sounded like it was supposed to sound like when we were rehearsing it.
When you began playing with Tom, you went through the back catalogue and notated a lot of those. So you said that sometimes when I note it down, I think, what the hell is that note doing there? From a musicological perspective, it doesn't make sense. So can you tell us about that?
What I found when I came to it is there's a lot that doesn't really fit conventional music theory, which I'm sort of trained in, and there's certain melodies that we played and I could never see it in my head, but you'd listen to the music and as a musician you go, why are those notes there? And I think that comes from Tom sort of having this wonderful way of playing with 2 fingers.
Oh.
Like he types.
Yeah.
Back in the day, did you feel then that you were an Australian band, or more specifically a Sydney band? Obviously we're here in Sydney tonight. Did you ever kind of feel part of a scene then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the inner city sound was what it got called at the time. And inner city sound was because you'd all escaped from all the shitholes, I did it again, around the suburbs of Sydney, and you all arrived in Surrey Hills, and you were all dags and, hopeless and shit like that. And it was all due to community friendship, going around to each other's lounge rooms to do gigs, playing live, singing. It was definitely a community thing. And I think it was a kind of Australian thing. I just don't remember people in London or Berlin having a kind of inner city sound in the same way, but I might be wrong because I was in Sydney. So, but yeah, it is local.
Never you mind, just turn your back. Never mind, just turn your back, please. No peeking. Don't You open those eyes now. I'll just sneak up behind you now, tippy-toe. Here I come now.